You know, for years we've been telling you that you need to get a real ID, okay? But this morning, Illinois leaders are actually saying otherwise.
A little confusing,
Yeah.
huh? Our Mercedes McKay joins us now. She's live in Belleville. And Mercedes, do people actually need the real ID?
Help us out.
Rennie and Michelle, great question. So the answer actually depends on what your current ID is and what you're actually trying to do. So there's a lot of misinformation out there right now about what the real ID is used for and when you actually need it. So let's break it all down for you this morning, clear up that confusion. According to the Illinois Secretary of State, many people think you need a real ID to drive, vote, and prove citizenship, but that's actually not the case. Your normal Illinois driver's license will still be valid and you'll still be able to get your real ID after the May 7th deadline, so no reason to rush to those DMVs. Now, when it comes to traveling, listen up to this. You can still board a plane with a valid U.S. passport, military ID, or global entry, so that's really good to keep in mind. But to fly domestically, you do need a real ID if you don't have one of the 3 forms of ID that I just mentioned. So if you have a passport, you really don't need a real ID to fly, but if you don't, then you must have one. This morning, the Illinois Secretary of State's office says that they're having to keep up with an unprecedented demand for real IDs. Actually, in Chicago, 12 DMVs are only offering up real ID services on Saturday. That's how high the demand has been, Rennie and Michelle. But the Illinois Secretary of State's office is trying to make it really easy for you. So I tried it this morning. If you go online to the Secretary of State's office, there's actually a little bar there that says Real ID. Click on that. That'll let you know when you need your real ID and what it is used for. Clears up a lot of that confusion as well. We will also have that portal posted on ksdk.com in just a few minutes. Rennie?
Well, Mercedes, for people like me who have yet to get the real ID, what do we need to bring to the DMV?
Yeah, good question, Rennie. I still haven't gotten mine, and it's actually because I didn't bring the proper stuff to the DMV. I went there trying to get my real ID, and I didn't have the right stuff. So this is what you need. You need a proof of identity. So that's like your birth certificate or your passport. You're also going to need your social security card, and then you need 2 proofs of address. Now, Rennie, Michelle, this is where I got sent back to the back of the line and couldn't get my real ID. I brought a mail with my insurance. That worked, but then I actually brought a Spire mail. That was just an introduction to being a Spire account member, and they actually declined that because it wasn't a utility bill. So make sure you're either bringing insurance cards that were come in the mail, a utility bill, or even a rent check, anything like that. That's going to work, because I was told at the Missouri DMV, if it's not an actual bill or something in there that's not just a welcome letter, you will be declined and you'll have to wait in line, which I had to for hours, and I didn't end up getting my real ID. So make sure you have that 2 proof of address, a proof of identity, and then also that social security card. Live in Belleville, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.